Coming up on today's video, we head to one of the most beautiful places on the planet, and a place that I've never been before. But we also encounter our first storm of the trip, which severely hampers my challenge of trying to get a photograph per video. But anyway, join me here as we're about to go onto the ferry. Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're watching this, and welcome to another video. And I can't wait to show you this. We are literally waiting to go on the ferry to our final destination. It's been a bit of a journey getting here. I've already climbed the mountain, and we drove for about 4 hours last night before getting to our park up and watching the aurora. Actually, the aurora was lovely last night, seeing it. So it's been an eventful trip so far, but we are now just sat waiting. I'll show you around. There we are, waiting to get the ferry. I've got my wife and my son here, and we've also got, I don't know if you will see them down there, 2 dogs, Lexi and Rolo. Yeah, he is. Hey Rolo, are you excited? So I'll bring you back when we're on the ferry, and we'll tell you where we're going and what we're planning to do in this video. Right, see you later. So as I mentioned, we were headed to a location that I've never actually been before, and we eventually got to get on the ferry, and as soon as we stopped, the dogs knew they were getting off, so that's Rolo barking in the background. So we got them off and headed up and into the ferry for the journey across to the destination. Right, that's us on the ferry. We'll go and try and get settled down with the dogs. It was actually the first time we'd taken the dogs onto a ferry, any ferry to be honest with you, and it was really well organised. As soon as we got to the top of the stairs, we were pointed in the right direction. You do have to buy some tickets to get the dogs on the ferry. Some people will leave them in their cars, but yeah, there's this designated area specifically for dogs which we were pointed to.
Please also ensure that they do not lie on seats and are confined, where possible, to the pet areas which are clearly marked. Passengers are advised to stay with their dogs, keep them calm and quiet, and restrained by a harness or collar.
Well, hopefully you can hear me because it's really loud out here. I've got my microphone on, so hopefully that's it's picking me up. So yeah, we're on the ferry. We've got the dogs with us, and when you come on with the dogs, there's a man. You have to give them the ticket. You have to pay for the dogs to come up onto the ferry, and you give them the ticket. And there's a bit to sit for the dogs, which was it's really comfortable, wasn't it? Yeah. And but I like being out on deck, being able to see the horizon. So we've come out here. I think the dogs prefer it out here as well, don't you? And yeah, I'll spin you around and show you back towards Skye. There you go. There you go. That's back the way we've come. See the sky. The sun is shining, which is quite nice. Because I think the weather is to go downhill tomorrow, unfortunately. But yeah, we're going to the Outer Hebrides. And never been there before. Lewis and Harris. We've got a cottage booked, although we've got the van, and really looking forward to it. So yeah, it's going to be some adventures in the next few days. But what we'll do is we'll get off the ferry, and then we'll probably give you a tour of the accommodation later on, and maybe the surrounding areas, before planning on some more adventures. So lovely.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I have your attention, please? The vessel is now arriving in Tarbet. With all vehicle drivers and their passengers, please make your way to the vehicle deck now. With drivers and their passengers with their cars stowed on the main vehicle deck only, please make your way to the vehicle deck.
The ferry journey over was very pleasant. It took about an hour and 40 minutes. And the seas were pretty calm, to be honest with you. It was really quite nice, and the weather was still holding at this point. So we got off at Tarbet. Now the other ferry, I think, goes from Ullapool to Stornoway, but for us, the ferry that left Uig, that you can see on the map here, goes into Tarbet, which actually is on the Isle of Harris, as opposed to Stornoway, which is part of Lewis. More on that later on. But anyway, once we'd docked at Tarbet, we still had about a 40-minute drive to get down to our stop. And this wee circle here was actually, you'll see that in a minute, that was a wee viewpoint we stopped at. But we were staying at a place called Northton, and yeah, it was about 40 minutes in the car because of the single track roads. Oh, right, we have been literally on the Isle of Harris for about 5 minutes, and we've already pulled over, and I'll show you why. Shall we go outside? Look at this. Oh, look at that. Isn't that wonderful? It probably doesn't come up in the camera, but yeah, I'm just going to have a wee gander here, take some pictures. Yeah, it's beautiful. Look at that. Look at the colour of the water. Right, this is going to be many, many pictures, I think, on this trip. Yeah, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Lovely. Oh, we're going to have fun here. The weather's closing in. I think there's going to be rain for the next few days, but look at the colour of that water. Wow. Just, it's amazing. Right, let's get to this accommodation. We'll give you a wee tour of that. Take some photos from here. Right, let's go back to the van. So we got back to the van and then just headed back to the accommodation and yeah, spent the rest of the night unpacking our stuff. Oh, it's breezy. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Well, it's the next day. As you can probably tell, it was just, we got back to the lodge and had to get the van unpacked. I was knackered. I'd been up since about 5 o'clock, so I was really quite tired. So yeah, it's 8 o'clock the next morning. We're out with the ducks on the beach. There they are. He's running about. There's the other one. And the weather's looking pretty guff today, as you can tell. The rain's coming in later on. So today we're actually going to go to Stornoway because Leanne's forgotten our boots. She's just got trainers with her, so we're going to go and try and find somewhere to buy some boots in Stornoway. So we'll go for a wee drive, then we'll come back. I might go for a walk up. There's a nearby mountain or hill later on if the rain clears through. But yeah, that's where we are. Look at this. That's wonderful. You know, wild seas. Woohoo! Need to try and get a picture for today's video as well. Right, well, let me start that process now. What a place. Even in the wild, this is special. One of the challenges I'd set myself on this series of videos was to try and capture some half decent images, and in every video I'll put them all up at the end of the video if there's any decent ones, but I knew today that was going to be a challenge because there was a storm coming in, but the dogs were enjoying themselves, that's for sure. They were loving it, but I had to put them on the leads shortly after this clip because I looked up and yeah, believe it or not, this is a golden eagle, or I'm pretty sure it's a golden eagle. And it was pretty close to the beach. I'm not sure if it was the windy weather that had brought it down off the hill, but we also saw some sea eagles in the following days. It was just an amazing sight. Anyway, with the storm raging and the winds picking up, we decided we would head north and head up to, I suppose it's the capital of Lewis and Harris, the town of Stornoway. And you can see it was yeah, it was pretty grey, and Stornoway is a fair distance away as well, although it doesn't look too far on the map. I can't remember, I think it was about an hour and a half it took us to drive all the way up there to get some supplies and also a set of welly boots. Right, we're in Stornoway. We've been to a very, very busy Tesco. I would probably recommend the Co-op because we didn't realise the Co-op was here. Car park's a bit bigger, especially if you've got a van. So is the shop. So you got some welly boots, didn't you?
Yeah.
Welly boots have been purchased because look at the weather. It's definitely, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. It's gale force winds. The forecast is 40 to 50 mile/hour winds, and it's been peeing it down with rain. So we're going to head back now. It's to clear up, fingers crossed. But we're going to head back. We saw a wee beach which had a nice wee car park next to it. So we'll bring you back at the beach and we'll let the dogs out for a walk, and we'll see if the weather's cleared up by the time we get down there. Because it's about an hour and a half from Northton to Stornoway. So yeah, let's go. Right, you alright, Lou?
Yeah.
Let's go. So we set off back towards this little bay that looked quite sheltered, and I tell you what, it was a proper storm. This footage doesn't do it justice. We've stopped. The dogs. No, we've stopped. It's a bit. It's been wild. Bravo. It's been really wild actually coming down. The rain's gone off a wee bit now, but look at this. That's the beach we're maybe going to go along. But what we're going to do, the rain is meant to go off in about, I don't know, the next hour, so we'll go and have a cup of tea and a cup of coffee in the back.
Yeah.
Get the kettle on, and we'll see if we can brave going down at the beach. And I'll maybe try and get a picture for today down here somewhere. Big waves, so right. Let's bring it back in a wee while. That's the boots that were bought in Stornoway. Look at them, shiny boots. Hope they're waterproof. Right, we're going to go on this beach. We're actually going to go for a wee walk and head up a wee hill, so we'll bring you back in just a minute. It wasn't really pleasant, I can't lie, but I've done my best to try and reduce the wind noise, believe it or not. It was blowing a hoolie, and anyway, we got the dogs on their leads and set about heading across this beach and bay, and there's a standing stone just below the wee hill at the far end, which we were aiming for. It's pretty brutal. In fact, the dogs, she's just sat. Is she gonna come? I don't know if this walk's gonna happen. No. It is pretty brutal. It's beautiful, don't get me wrong. I don't know if the camera's picking up the turquoise waters. Woo! But it's wild. There's also cows along here. Over there's a standing stone on the top of the hill there. That's where I was hoping to go, but I honestly don't know if there's cows there as well. I don't want to go too far, especially if we've got the dogs with us. I might go. Let's see. I'm a big fairdie though. I do not like cows. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Oh, obstacle number one. So this little burn that was flowing down through the beach was the first little obstacle. I was fine. I had kind of waterproof shoes on, but my son had his trainers on and got slightly damp feet, but we were about to get completely damp. The dogs and my wife had turned around. The sand was just getting in their eyes and it was wet. Again, the footage doesn't really show how bad it was, but it was pretty brutal. Right, the standing stone's over here somewhere up this hill, so we're going to head up this hill here and hopefully take you to the standing stone. There's a few cows. These black dots are big cows, so I've just got to be careful. Maybe try and get round them. We'll head up and try and avoid the cows. But yeah, still raining. We're getting blown along here. Right, Leo, we try and get up here, go round the back of the cows. So we got round the back of the cows, but one of the reasons we'd chosen to stop at this little beach was that it was relatively sheltered, but as we gained a little bit of height, that shelter, disappeared and we were hit by more and more ferocious winds, but we were determined to get to that standing stone. Oh wee! This is big, isn't it? Right, I'll bring you round here. Right, it's getting here out of the wind. Whoa. This is the standing stone. This is the MacLeod standing stone. It's been here for thousands and thousands of years. They originally put it here as a landing platform for aliens from Mars. That's a fact. Yeah, I'm not sure. It's not lovely lichen on it though. It's quite high. I think they say it's over 3 metres high. So, in all seriousness, I don't think anybody knows why it was actually these standing stones were put here. And of course, the more famous ones are the Callanish standing stones, which weren't too far away from where we were up in the Isle of Lewis, not close to Tesco's or the Co-op, but yeah, a bit round. But we weren't going to go there. Literally, the van was getting rocked about, and yeah, the roads were all flooded. So let's see if we can get to the summit of the hill now, and we'll leave this beautiful standing stone. Pretty windy. Whoa! Whoa! Wild! Holy jamoli! Holy jamoli, indeed. We reached the summit of this massive hill at an altitude of 61 metres, and we were literally getting blown off our feet, and other things getting blown off our faces, as you'll see. You lose your glasses! Whoa! Well, this is... Lewis just lost his glasses. Don't know if you can make this out. This is the prized hilltop. Wow, it's not even got a name. 61 metres high. Right, we need to get off this hill. Honestly, it must be gusting 50 miles an hour at least. We're getting blown over. Right, let's get back to the van. Whoa! I'm gonna head back down to the van and see the beach. Oh my god. No wonder I thought the roof was going to get blown off the van. Apologies about the wind noise. I have added as much wind reducing software bits and bobs as I can, but as we got back down to the beach the wind got down a little bit. Right, back in the beach, voided the cows. And one thing I forgot to say was, what we'll do is when we get back to the accommodation, I'll give you a tour of the accommodation we're staying in. It's really nice. So we'll do that when we get back, once we've dried off. And so I'm going to have a bath, I'll tell you that much. A bath and a beer, and then I'll give you a tour later on. But, even in the horrendous weather that it is at the moment, this storm, the place is absolutely stunning. Absolutely beautiful. The colour of the water, it's just, look at that. I don't know if it's, I don't even know if it's been picked up on the camera how turquoise it is, but it is absolutely beautiful. Right, let's head back. I'll report back when we're giving you a tour of the accommodation. I'm afraid the plans for going up a bigger hill tonight or this afternoon, we could barely stand up there, and that was 61 metres. We were getting blown over. So let's hope the winds die down the next few days so I can get a little few activities done. Right, cut to me back in the cottage. So we got back in the van and headed back down to Northton where the cottage was, and got dried off in preparation for the tour of the cottage. I said I'd give you a tour of the lodge when we got back, and I kid you not, we've just come out to let the dogs have a little pee. It's the first time the rain's gone off. I've got my Obi-Wan Kenobi lovely dry robe on. Yeah, it literally has rained all day, but anyway, so I'll give you a tour. Let's start with the outside of the property, and that's it there. It's called Fulmar Lodge, and it's up the hill, and you get a great view, grand view over to, in fact I'm thinking of going up this hill there tomorrow morning, we'll see. But yeah, let's give you a wee tour of the property. So come around here, and front door is here, and you come to the entrance, and there's a wash machine, tumble dryer, quite a nice big entrance actually. That's all our bags, that's my Sept which I'm hoping to use in my wetsuits and stuff down there, and a drying robe. But let's go in here first. This is the sort of living area. It's a fantastic living area. The first thing I would say is look at that view. Isn't that just stunning? You can see right over to that mountain, and over towards, I think it's Scarista Bay, which we're hoping to go to tomorrow as well. And we've got the kitchen in here as well. Kitchen, it's got a dishwasher, fridge, hobs, lovely. It's decked out lovely, it really is. We've just got some food here, some wine, whiskey, and another wee window there. And if I spin you around, you can see the living area over here, which is lovely. Here's the dog, there's Lexi. Got a TV, it's a smart TV, which is lovely, and a wee gas fire there. So this is the living area. It's quite big actually, it's quite spacious. If I spin you around again from this side, you'll see it's a nice big space, and it's absolutely lovely. There's a lovely murals on the wall as well. So yeah, this is the living area, and the main attraction is the view. That's wonderful. So let's go back out here. Oh, dogs are right at my feet. There they are, look at that. I'll take you into the where we go first. Into here, this is bedroom number 2 actually. There's 2 beds in here. This is where Lewis is staying. There's a wee ensuite with a shower, which is nice. So he's staying in here, very comfortable. Another mural on the wall there, some Fulmars on it, funnily enough. And there's a wee toilet in there, which is lovely. Nice pictures. I think that's Luskintyre Beach up there. That's St Kilda in that one. And then into the main bedroom in here, which has actually got it's got a sauna there, nice big bath and shower. We used the sauna today when we came back actually, because it was bloody freezing. That warmed us up. And then into the main bedroom here, and there's a window here looking down to Northton, and then there's the vans parked out the back there. And a nice mural on the headboard as well. Dog's wondering what I'm doing. What is it, Lexi? So that's the tour of the accommodation. As I said, it's called Fulmar Lodge, Northton Harris, and yeah, really done up to high spec actually. Really nice in comparison to some of the lodges we've gone to. Nice wee treat for us. Anyway, here endeth the tour. I think I'll maybe finish this video here. Tomorrow I'm going to try and go up that hill, and possibly we're going to visit one of the finest beaches in the area. And I'll leave you with some pictures that I took today. They were all taken on my iPhone because I didn't have the weather was just too bad to have the big cameras out. It was just it was a proper storm today. It really was. I could feel the pop top of my roof on the van sort of pulling up sometimes. I think I need to get that fixed. Anyway, I'm going to end the video here. I'll put some photos up just now. I don't know how good they'll be. Probably blurry with watermarks on them, but yeah. Stay safe out there. Thanks for watching, and hopefully see you in the next one where I'll be heading up that hill there, all being good and well. Right, see you in the next adventure.